Let's talk about Tesla, Pete, because we all look for Elon Musk to have, in some cases, outrageous things to say, either outrageously optimistic or, in some cases, pessimistic. Rarely is it pessimistic. But what he did was Tesla experienced a nearly 14% drop. That was to the lows of the session. It's recovered to only a 10% drop, Pete, which sounds better than that 14 for sure. But his emphasis on full self-driving autonomy and fleet, people are still waiting for that on the Robotaxi event. And until that actually comes to pass, I think people are naturally going to be waiting. That doesn't mean selling in every case. I think that what we're seeing today is the selling because of these numbers that they reported post Q2, Pete. But I do think that he will actually have that Robotaxi event. It's just a question of people waiting to perhaps buy into that once they know when the event is on the calendar.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and we just don't know. And I think in the meantime, all you've got to go off of is what we do know. What we do know is earnings, not so good. They missed on that. Margins, not so good. They missed on that. Revenue was actually pretty good. I think one of the biggest problems that I'm looking at right now towards when I'm looking at Tesla, John, is this autonomous driving is just everybody seems to want to be there, right? I mean, I'm not sure it's something as wonderful as everybody else seems to think it is. Maybe I'm dead wrong on this one. I don't know. But the constant focus that we see on that whole thing just throws me off. And, Google's a part of that as well, right? I mean, everybody seems to think that is the latest, greatest thing that everybody seems to want. I just continue to look at Tesla and say, well, they need to focus on what is affordable and the spend, and how much are they spending on AI? How much are they spending on all the different categories in which they are talking about Robotaxi and everything else? All of that said, John, right now the stock is actually down year to date. Now that is not good because we're looking at basically an economy that has had enough of the spike to the upside that just about everybody, it feels like, is up anywhere between 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% or more. And now, unfortunately for Tesla, they're just going to have to kind of creep back up and try to get back up over where they started the year. So this is a pretty big hit that they're taking today after a really nice run in recent weeks.
Yeah, and obviously the run, you and I spoke of it, Pete, the run that came from basically the April lows around 140. So as Pete said accurately, folks, the stock fell back into negative territory for the year. But man, that April number, Pete, that was either a gift or just a panic from people when it drove the stock all the way down to 140 a share. And the recent surge, obviously giving back some of that Robotaxi hype.